Hi you guys, it's Sarma from Living Classroom. I'm going to be exploring a native garden at one of our schools and teach you a little bit about some of the plants and how they're growing right now in the garden. Can you figure out which school I'm at? Come on, let's go explore. We got a lot of stuff that's overgrowing right now, so we've got our totally awesome team here helping us out, keeping our gardens nice and clean for when you guys come back to explore your own gardens.
Hi Lino, hi Eduardo.
Hi.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, come follow me further. So we have a lot of really beautiful things happening in the garden right now because it is springtime. So let's take a look at this beautiful tree. We've got red buds here. So this is the red bud tree, and these are all of its pods that when they dry, these will be the seeds. So when this is nice and dark brown and they fall off, it's ready to be planted again with these seeds. And one little seed becomes a beautiful plant like this. Can you believe that? It's absolutely amazing. All right, friends, here we are at a tree called the holly-leafed cherry. And if you look at these wonderful dark green leaves, see all the spikes along the sides? That's a great way to tell this tree. So what's wonderful about our gardens is that we have actually these signposts down here at the bottom that tell you all about what that plant does for either the animals in the native animals in the area, or how the Native Americans use these plants. And here you can see that many birds, including scrub jays, who are really noisy if you guys have them at your house, and many mammals eat the ripe fruit and take cover or nest in the shrub. But the Native Americans also use this fruit to make flour, and they would eat the berries as well. All right, you guys, this is one of my favorite trees in this garden. It's called a manzanita, and it's related to a tree called the madrone, which you guys might know as the refrigerator tree. If you touch the bark, it's very cold. The berries from this tree are a favorite among Native Americans. So now let's go and check out the rest of the garden. I love how many paths are here. There's so many places that we can go. You guys see the little birds? They're probably out busy nesting right now, it being springtime. Beautiful. All right, let's go on down this path. This is a tree I want to tell you a little bit about. It's called the ARROYO willow. Willows form something called salicin, which is used today to make aspirin, a medicine you may have heard of. All right, you guys, let's keep going. Come on. This is another really cool plant. It's called coyote mint. Go Coyotes! So, because it's called coyote mint, guess what? It smells and tastes a little bit like mint. This is a great plant to come up to, rub your fingers on a leaf, and then take a smell. And it smells so nice and minty. We have a first grade lesson called garden tea, and we actually make tea out of this. Native Americans also make tea out of this. This is also a plant that is used to treat pneumonia and as well as stomach aches. But I like to drink a nice minty tea with these leaves. You should definitely try it out sometime. All right, you guys, look at that bee enjoying pollinating. And guess what? The honey that comes from this plant is actually a nice mild flavor honey. And this is called a black sage. It attracts butterflies. As you can see, it attracts bees. And it is just a wonderful plant to have in your garden for our pollinators. Wow, that tiny, tiny, tiny insect, guess what? That's a local bee. Did you know bees come in all kinds of sizes, different types of patterns, and they are all wonderful pollinators. And if you saw in that flower, that wonderful yellow part, that's the stamen, and right at the top of it is where that pollen is. This is from the native California rose. So once we've got these beautiful flowers are done blooming, they leave behind here rose hips. These rose hips, Native Americans make into tea. It's a delicious, delicious tea, but it'll also help with your stomach problems. But be careful when you come up and smell those flowers, because just like other roses, it has thorns. So be careful about those thorns. Ouch! That's pretty pokey. All right, you guys, I want to go show you something that I like to call a spaghetti plant, but that's not the real name, but come on. So this is the California bay laurel, but like I said, I like to call it the spaghetti plant, especially after a rain. This tree smells fantastic, but you can come up and just smell it yourself. Does it remind you a little bit of spaghetti? Well, if it does, it's because this plant is used in cooking. And you can buy it at the store, called bay leaves, nice and dried. But this is even more powerful than the ones you get in the store. So if you're making spaghetti or a soup or something that you would use this to flavor it, you'd only have to use half the amount that you use in the store. Do you guys recognize this tree? This is the coastal redwood. This is one of my absolute favorite trees, and we're so lucky that they are here in California. They can live to 2,200 years old. That is really neat. And did you guys know that this is the tallest living species on Earth? It can get up to 350 feet tall. If you ever get a chance, definitely go up hiking where they've got redwoods. They are beautiful, and you can tell that they're a redwood by their wonderful bark that's nice and red. This tree is also very good with fire, so you might be able to find a large one that you can actually go inside where it's burned out and it's like a little cave. It's because the outside bark is fire retardant, so it doesn't burn the whole tree down, and it can continue living till the ripe old age of 2,200 years old. Let's go check out this redwood's neighbor. Come on over here. This is the Douglas iris. The fibers from the leaves are strong as silk and can be made into a very strong rope. All right, you guys, this is the valley oak. Unlike the live oak, which keeps its green leaves year-round, this one actually loses its leaves in the fall. What's really neat is the Native Americans can use this, the twigs, as toothbrushes. They have antibacterial qualities that help with gum disease. I want to show you something really cool over at the valley oak right across from this one. Come on over here. Look at that. Have you guys ever noticed that? So this is called a gall. It's spelled G-A-L-L. And this happens when a wasp comes and stings the tree, and then this grows and it lays its eggs inside. And so this is like a little nursery for baby wasps. And then afterwards they eat their way out when they're ready to join the rest of the world. And then if you ever see one of those on the ground, they're brown and you can see the little holes where the wasp babies came out. One last thing. Do you guys know what this flower is? It's the California poppy. It's one of my absolute favorite flowers, and it's growing all over California during this time of year. And it is our state flower. And do you know what our state bird is? It's the quail. So, did you guys figure out where I'm at? Guess what? I'm at Oak.